Let's learn how to use QuiltPaper to create paper templates for English paper piecing. On the app's opening page, you can see that there are a lot of different graph papers available. In this example, I'm going to choose the hexagon graph paper to make hexes, since this is a shape we are all very familiar with for EPP. I'll need to purchase hexagon, and in case you're curious, the cost to buy this paper is the same as the price of the original app. It's worth mentioning that once you have bought 5 additional papers, all the papers become unlocked, and you'll never pay for any new papers as they are added. I'll tap hexagon, and to add a new paper, I'll tap the plus, which opens the screen to create a hexagon paper. Every graph paper opens the same way. A starter layout to the left, and to the right is the toolbar. First tool is highlighted, and a tap opens it. Here I can check the size of the hexagon and adjust it to what I need. Looking closely, I see the default size is set to 1 inch, which is just what I need, so I'll leave it. However, this paper as it is will be very challenging to cut out. So I'm going to change the paper to put the hexes side by side, so now they will be much easier to cut out by hand. To get this graph paper just right, I'd like to make a few more adjustments before printing. First, to help make cutting these shapes out more precise, I'll adjust the line weight setting to thin. And to save the color inks in my printer, I want to change the line color from green to black. To change the line color, I'll look over to the toolbar on the right and open the palette. Scrolling through the line color palettes, I'll look for one with a full black color choice. The gray palette looks like a good option. Notice that the line colors in the paper have instantly updated with the new color, and because black is the first choice on the gray palette, it replaces the green because green was the first color in the original default palette. So the change to line color is done, and I just need to make one more adjustment. I want to mark a center hole in each hexagon. As part of cutting these out, making a hole in each will make it just that much easier when it is time to pull out the paper templates. On the toolbar, I look for the center hole icon and open it. I'll tap the black color to turn it on, adjust the line weight to fine, and increase the diameter to 0.3 just to make it a bit larger. Finally, I want to check the page settings. The very last icon on the toolbar is page settings. As I think about printing, I check the paper size, the orientation, letter or landscape, and the margins. Notice that on the layout to the left there is a dotted blue line. It shows the print margins when I'm in page settings. It's helpful to know that QuiltPaper always adjusts the graph paper grid so it fits within the margins. This means you can use the margin settings to control the overall size of the graph paper. Now, if I decrease the margins just a bit, I can fit a few more hexes on my page. Stepping back to take a look, I like my templates and the page settings, so I'm ready to either print for hand cutting or export the paper as a PDF and use it to create an input file for an electronic cutting machine. In the upper right is the More button with the Share tools. To save as a PDF, I select the PDF option. If this was my plan, I'd want to make one more adjustment before sharing and set the PDF line weight to fine. Now this paper is ready to share as a PDF. Instead, let's go back and look at the steps to print. In the upper right, I open More and choose the print option to print the templates to cut by hand. However, before printing out all the pages I need for my templates, it is important to print one test page. This is an important step because a lot needs to happen for your device to send a file to a printer. The transfer to a printer can sometimes introduce slight distortions. Usually this doesn't matter. However, for this project, I need my paper templates to print at their exact size. So I'll print one page and then use a ruler to measure a side to confirm that it is exactly 1 inch. If it is not, I'll need to take a moment and find the right combination of settings. If your test page doesn't print at the exact size, open More and tap the link at the bottom to open Help. In the Help pop-up, there is a link to guidance on how to print a grid at its exact size. It is the first link listed, exact scale printing. And that's the basics for creating paper templates for EPP using the QuiltPaper app. Now before we close, I'd like to point out the special set of quick picks for EPP. First, what is a quick pick? It is a predefined graph paper that can be used as is or edited. They're intended to be both inspirational and a quick start for creating unique papers. The icon to open them is in the upper left of the app's opening page. Just to the right is the second set of specialty quick picks for quilters who do English paper piecing. Scrolling through the list, you can see the many possibilities. Let's try this out with a simple example. Let's make a 1 3/4 inch square paper template from the 1 inch square quick pick. Choosing the 1 inch quick pick, it opens ready to edit. On the left is the layout and on the right is the toolbar. I'll tap to open the top tool and adjust the size to 1 3/4. Making a quick check of the paper, I verify the lines are set to fine, the color set to black, and the center holes are drawn. I'll tap Page Settings at the bottom of the toolbar to verify the graph paper is ready to share. The settings and the sheet look good, so I'm ready to save my version of this quick pick paper. In the upper left, I'll tap the back arrow. The app tells me it saved this paper to Grid. I tap back again. Grid has a red badge in the upper right, confirming that the new paper I created from the quick pick was saved to Grid. Opening Grid, I can see my new paper is the first paper listed with all my other grid papers. So that's the two ways to create a page of paper templates using QuiltPaper.